Hey guys, this is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Payoff Pitch 1985 as we continue our 85 replay. Today's date is July 7th, 1985. Tonight we're at Veterans Stadium for a very big game between the Cincinnati Reds and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Reds come into this game at 48-29. And I'll show you the standings, as you can tell. They're 48-29. They are tied with the Los Angeles Dodgers at this moment in the National League West. The Philadelphia Phillies come in at 46-32. They are four wins behind the Expos, and they are in second place. Remember, top three teams in each division make the playoffs. So just because you may have a low record or a losing record, it doesn't mean you're totally out just yet. I think we got a good game tonight as both these teams have winning records. Should be fun. I do apologize for not playing last night. As usual, usually always have a game every night. But fortunately, actually, I was part of a great stream with Dave Gardner, Ron Juckett, and Al Red Sox fan. If you did not catch that stream, please watch it. We had a great time talking to each other. It was a wonderful meeting to get together with people and just have a lot of fun talking baseball and a whole bunch of other great stuff. So we are at Veterans Stadium, in my opinion, one of the worst baseball stadiums in history. But I think we got a good game tonight. Starting pitcher for the Phillies will be Shane Rawley. He got the call tonight. 13-8, a 3.31 ERA. He gets the call. The Reds historically won this game 3-2. Let's see if the Phillies can make some changes. Leading off for the Reds in the top of the first will be center fielder Gary Reedus. He gets the call here at center field tonight. Game is underway. Pitch from Rawley. That is an in-play 83, and it's a fly ball to center field. That'll be taken care of by Von Hayes. That's out number one. Next up for the Reds is left fielder Cesar Cedeno. Batted .235 against lefties in 85. Pitch from Rawley. That's a patient 70, and it's going to be a ground ball to second base, picked up there by Samuel, and he throws to first for out number two. Here is the right fielder, Dave Parker. Parker batted .279 with 7 homers against lefties in 85. Good ball game tonight. Reds and the Phillies, both teams with winning records. Pitch from Rawley. That's a defense 49. It's a range check to second base. That ball is hit to Samuel. His range is a B. 1-39 would be a hit. 49 on the dice. Samuel's got it. Throws the first, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Rawley. Nothing across for the Reds. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Leading off, pitching for the Cincinnati Reds tonight is Frank Pastore. 2-1 with a 3.83 ERA. Only had about 6 starts that he had that year. But not too bad a pitcher. Should be see how well he does tonight. As Steeler fan and Philip Reynolds join me here at Veterans Stadium for tonight's game. And, of course, cheering for the Reds. Leading off for the Phillies will be second baseman Juan Samuel. Pastore is a right-hander, and Samuel batted .275 with 14 homers against the rights. Pitch on the way, and that is a tough 74, and it's a ground out to second base. Play is made there by Oster. It's out number one. Next up for the Phillies will be Greg Gross. He was in left field for this game tonight. Batted .258 against the righties. And the pitch is a 9. That is a patient 24. That's a walk. And Gross will trot down to first on a base on ball. Next up for the Phillies is center fielder Von Hayes. Batted .276, 9 homers against the rights. Gross with a 1A steal rating will not go anywhere, and it will be a normal pitch. Philip Reynolds says, is there any other team to root for? Pitch from Pastore. That's an in play. 22. That's a single for Von Hayes. It's an opposite field liner into right field. Gross will stop at second. He will not go any further. And runners at first and second with one out. As the Phils find themselves in business. Next up is the right fielder, Glenn Wilson. Wilson batted .270, 8 homers against the rights in 85. Gross on at second, Hayes at first. Here is the pitch from Pastore, and that is a tough 31, but it's going to be a wild pitch. 31, the throw goes back to the backstop, and that will send Gross to third and Hayes to second. So a wild pitch moves those guys over, and now we do the play, and that is still a tough 31, and it is a swing and a miss, struck him out. First strikeout for Pastore. He averaged about 4.8 per 9, but there's still that wild pitch. Runners at second and third, and coming up to bat for the Phillies will be the Michael Jack Schmidt. Schmidt batted .274, 27 homers against rights. So Pastore in a tough jam here. Runners at second and third, 2 outs. And he will pitch to Schmidt. Here it comes. Pastore with the pitch. That's a tough 51. It's a ground ball right to first base. That'll be taken care of by Perez. Tags the bag, and he gets out of the jam. No runs, a walk, a hit, a wild pitch, but the Phillies can't get anybody in. Still no score at the end of one. I usually tell people what's coming up later in the game, but I'll let Philip Reynolds know. Do not miss Inside Pitch tomorrow morning, 1985 championship game. Your Cincinnati Reds against my New York Mets. So I need somebody to play the Reds for me. So don't miss that game around 11 o'clock, I think. Reds and the Mets, 1985 one and gone championship game. So don't miss that. That is tomorrow morning. It will be Browning against the Doctor. Top of the second inning. Here is Tony Perez leading off for the Reds. He was at first base. He is 43 years old in this. 43 years old in 85. Rawley will pitch to Perez. And that is a defense 40. That could be interesting. Error check to short. The ball is hit to Daryl Thomas. His error rating is a 1. That's a 1 to 83, a 40, and he throws the ball away. And that's going to be a 1 base error. Perez will get to first. And that is an E6. First error on the Phillies. Had a lot of errors in the inside pitch game this morning, all done by the Blue Jays. 5 errors in that game. Highest amount of errors I had for any one team. Next up for the Reds will be Nick Asaski. He is at third base for this game today. Runner on first. Asaski at the plate. Here's the pitch from Rawley. And that is an in-play 20. That's a base hit. It's a single. It's an opposite field liner into right field. The runner on first advances 1 base with a choice. Perez has a run rating of 5. That's a 7. He's going to hold at second base. And he will not test anything. Base hit for Asaski as the Reds are in business here with nobody out in the top of the second. Here's the shortstop, Dave Concepcion. Batted .244 against lefties. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Rawley has to pitch to Concepcion. Pitch on the way. In play 11. That's a base hit by Concepcion. It is a single. It's a hard grounder into right field. Runner on first advances 1 base. Runner on second advances 1 base. So nobody scores. but the bases are loaded for the Reds. Station to station. The next batter for the Reds is the catcher, Alan Nicely. Batted .224 with a homer against lefties. Fans here at Veterans Stadium getting a little bit anxious, but the bases are loaded, nobody out. The infield will be normal. Phillies will try for the double play. Pitch from Rawley. That's a tough 51, and it's going to be a ground ball to third. Nicely's double play rating's a 9. Rawley's a 7. That is an 8. They will not get the double play. The throw goes to second to get Concepcion. Nicely is safe, but Perez does score. 1-0 Reds. So the error allows a run on the fielder's choice by 1-0 Cincinnati. Runners at the corners. There is one out now. And that brings up the second baseman, Ron Oster. .277 average against the lefts in 85. Runners at the corners. Phillies are going to keep going for the double play again. So they'll keep the infield normal. Runners at first and third, one out. Pitch from Rawley, and that's a wheelhouse 0-2. And that's going to be a double for Oster. Absolutely no homers against lefties in 85, but an 0-2 is definitely going to be a double. A liner into left center, cut off by the left fielder. Asaski comes in to score. Nicely goes to third. He will hold there. Oster to second. 2-0 Reds. On an RBI double by Oster. That brings up the pitcher, Frank Pastore. He does not have his own hitting card, and he's going to swing away here. He will use batting card number 10. Runners at second and third, one out. The infield will be in. Rawley will pitch. And that is a tough 24. And, of course, that is going to be a strikeout. Strikeout number 1 for Rawley, and they're now 2 down. Here is Gary Redus. Redus 0 for 1. Runners at second and third. Reds already up 2-0 here in the top of inning number 2. Pitch from Rawley. That's an in play, 62. That's a fly ball to right field, and that'll be caught by Wilson. 2 runs for the Reds on 3 hits and 1 error. 2-0 in favor of the Redlegs. Timeout on the field as I reset my cards here. Let's see. Perez, Saski, Concepcion. Nicely, then Oster. Okay. Sometimes I can lose. Sometimes my cards can go out of order. I really don't want to do that. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Here is Bo Diaz leading off for the Phillies. He is the catcher for this game. Pitch from Pastore. That's a patient 84. It's going to be a ground out to short. Out number 1. Nice play there by Concepcion. 1 man down. The next batter is Darryl Thomas. He was at shortstop for this game. Pastore with the pitch. And that is a tough 40. And it will be that's a ground ball to third. Up with it there will be Saski. Throws to first for out number 2. Third baseman Rick Shue is up next for the Fightin' Phils. He is at third base. Pitch to Shue. That's up in play. 34. It's a base hit. Shue goes ahead and smacks that one into center field. The Phillies get a base runner. 2-out hit. And it will bring up the pitcher, Shane Rawley. He has his own hitting card. Batted 138 in 85. Pitch from Pastore. And that is a leaner. I'm going to say that's a tough 94. And that's going to be a fly ball to left field. And that'll get taken care of by Cedeno. And that will end the inning there. No runs and a hit for the Phillies. Still 2-0 in favor of the Reds. Top of the third inning. Here is Cesar Cedeno leading off. Cedeno is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Rawley, and that is a patient 80. It's going to be a fly ball center field. That'll be put away by Hayes. That's out number 1. Next up is Dave Parker. Parker 0 for 1. Veterans Stadium, a bit of a pitcher's park. 1-50 for the rights and 1-39 for the lefts in the wheelhouse. Veterans Stadium, one of the worst baseball stadiums in history. Nothing like playing on turf-covered concrete. Caused so many an injury. Killed a few careers, that place. It really did. Not just for the Phillies, but for any ball club that visited, and of course for any Eagle fans that they can thank them for that too. In play, 66. It's a fly ball to left, and that is out number 2. That's put away by Gross. And a chance now for Tony Perez. Perez reached on an error his last time up. Pitch from Rawley, and that's a patient 37, and he walked him. Perez is going to trot down to first, and that's his second time he's been on base. First walk issued by Rawley, averages 3.7 per 9. And now Wasaski will come up there. He's 1 for 1, singled his last time up. Perez not going anywhere. No sacrifice, so here is the pitch. And that is a tough 32, and it's a swing and a miss. Strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Rawley, and that ends the inning. Bottom half of the third coming up. Here is Juan Samuel. Top of the order for the Fightin' Phils. Pitch from Pastore. That's a tough 33, and it's a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Gets that big strikeout. That's strikeout number 2 for Pastore. Averaged 4.8 per 9. Greg Gross is next. He walked his last time up. Pitch from Pastore. That's a tough 79. It's a fly ball center field. Reedus will trot on over and make the second out. Nothing doing there. And here is Von Hayes. Always felt Von Hayes was an underrated player for the Phillies. As a Mets fan, every time I saw Von Hayes come to the plate, he always seemed to give the Mets fits. Some people don't know that in the 1986 season with my Mets, the Mets had a losing record against only one team in that during that year in the National League. It was the Phillies. Had a losing record against the Phils. Had winning records against everybody else. That 108 win team. Pastore with the pitch. In play, 29 single for Von Hayes. He belts one into right. Second hit of the game. And now, can the Phillies have Glenn Wilson try to get him over there, to move him over a bit? 4C steal rating, nothing happening. Hazel stay at first. Here's the pitch to Wilson. That's a tough 84. It's a ground out to short, and the throw is going to go to first to get Wilson, and that ends the inning. No runs and a hit for the Phillies at the end of 3, 2-0 in favor of the Red Stockings. By the way, Steeler fan, I didn't mention, I guess I should. How about them Dolphins? I think I'll just say that. How about them Dolphins? Bye-bye, Patriots. So long, and please let the door hit you on your way out. It feels good to say that for the first time since 2008. Like to remind you, for exciting action coming up, remember, tomorrow we have Inside Pitch, the 1985 one and gone championship game. The Reds will play the Mets. It'll be Browning against Gooden, and tomorrow night on Payoff Pitch, the San Francisco Giants. The San Francisco Giants will meet up with the St. Louis Cardinals. That's not a bad matchup, I think, although the Giants were very much in the bottom of the division of the National League West, but the Cardinals got a good game against them, so we'll see what happens there. San Francisco at St. Louis tomorrow night. Dave Concepcion leads off for the Reds here in the top of the 4th. They are leading 2-0. As Steeler fan, I was happy to see the Cheatriots out, but don't let our Red Sox fan hear that. Here's the pitch from Rawley, and that is a tough 21, and it's a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Rawley. Out number 1. Here's Allen Nicely. Nicely grounded to a fielder's choice last time up. Pitch from Rawley. That's a ballpark 95. That's going to be in play. In play, 28 for Nicely is a base hit. It's a single. He hits that one to right. He goes ahead and pulls that to right field. Nicely will hold it first. Nicely on base for the second time today, although that one was a hit. Nicely has no steal rating. He'll stay right where he is. And that will now bring up Ron Oster. Oster hit a double his last time up and scored did bring in a run. He has an RBI. 1 out. Nicely on it first. Rawley's pitch to Oster. And that is a tough 63. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Oster's double play rating 7. Rawley's a 7. That's a 6. Third base to second base to first base. Double play, inning over. No runs and a hit for the Reds. It remains 2-0. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Leading off for the Phillies is Michael Jack Schmidt. 35 years old in 85 and still belted 33 total home runs. Here's the pitch from Pastore, and that's a patient 51. That's a walk. And Schmidt will trot down to first on the base on balls. 2F steal rating, 4 on the dice, will not go anywhere. The batter will be Bo Diaz. Diaz batted .208 against the righties in 85. Schmidt on it first. Here's the pitch from Pastore. That's an in-play 0-2, and that is going to be a double for Diaz as he smacks that one and an opposite field shot. And An opposite field shot to right field. All runners will score. So Schmidt will come around third. He will score. Diaz on at second. And the Phillies cut the lead in half, 2-1 on a double. And the tying run at second base for the Phils. Now 2-1. The batter is Darryl Thomas. Thomas batted .207 against rights. He's 0 for 1. Diaz on it, second base. Nothing going on here. Pastore will pitch. And we got an 8. That's a tough 68. And it's a fly ball center field. That'll be caught by Reedus. And that's the first out. Diaz will hold at second. Next batter up is Shu. Shu batted .239 against the rights in 85. Shu, however, is 1 for 1. Diaz on its second, pitch from Pastore. That's an in-play 82. That's going to be a fly ball to center field again. Reedus will make the catch. That is out number 2 on an in-play. The runner on second cannot go, and he will stay there. He holds at second, and now the batter is Shane Rawley. He will bat, the pitcher. 2 outs. Pastore will pitch to Rawley. Can Rawley come through with a hit? In play, 42, no. It's a line drive right to short. Concepcion will snare it and end the inning there. But the Phillies finally get a run in on 1 hit and a walk. It's 2-1 at the end of 4. Top of the 5th. Frank Pastore will bat. He uses pitcher hitting card number 10. So he will go ahead and bat against Rawley. Pitch on the way. That's a tough 88, and he's swinging him, has struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Rawley. Pastore will go back to the bench. A chance now for Reedus. Reedus is 0 for 2. Pitch from Rawley. In play, 56. It's a ground ball to third. Up with it, there will be Shu. He throws to first for the second out. Cesar Cedeno will take a hack. Cedeno is 0 for 2. Rawley's pitch, patient 71, and that's a ground ball to second base. Samwell's up with it, tosses it underhand to first, and that will end the inning there. 1-2-3 inning for Rawley. We are halfway through the game, 2-1 Reds. Samwell will lead off the Phillies for the Phillies in the bottom of the 5th. He's 0 for 2. This ball game's actually cruising along. Pitch from Pastore. That's a patient 48, and he slaps a base hit to right. Samwell will get on base, and he will hold it first. First hit of the game for Samwell. He has a 7 for a steal rating, 6+, which means it's a 7 his first time is on, but that is a 9. He is being held. He will not go. The batter now is Greg Gross, so Pastore will hold Samwell. There will be no steal. As Philip Reynolds sees, Reds need more runs. Pastore with the pitch. And that is an in-play 35 base hit for Greg Gross. It's a single, ball blooped into right field. Samwell will hold at second. Cannot move over to third. And now the Phillies are in business. And a big chance for Von Hayes. Hayes is 2 for 2, 2 singles. They're going to go talk to Pastore for a moment. Now we'll set him back. Nobody out, bottom of the fifth. Pastore with the pitch. And that is a ballpark 22. That is Hayes' wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 80 is a base hit for Hayes. That is a single. It's a long single into the gap to center field. Runner on first advances one base. Runner on second advances one base with a choice. Well, his run rating is an 8. That's a 12. It's too high. Samuel will hold at third, and the bases are loaded. And Hayes is 3 for 3. The batter now is Glenn Wilson. Bases are loaded. Reds are going to call the infield in. As Philip Reynolds says, double play time. Well, I'll ask you a question there, Phil. You want me to call the infield in or play for 2? What do you want me to do? Glenn Wilson has a double play rating of 9. So does Pastore. So a double play on a grounder is a very high possibility. But what do you want me to do? Play infield in or for double play? What do you expect? What do you want, Phil? I'll let you make the call. You're the Reds fan here. There's nobody out. And we're only in the bottom of the fifth. Double play. Very well. So you're going to sack. So, okay. So he calls for the double play, which means the run will score on a grounder. All right. Pastore will pitch to Wilson. And that is a tough 89. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. And that 8's going to do it. And the 8 is going to do a ground ball to short. Double play ratings 9. Plus, with a 9 on Pastore, that's an 8. Shortstop to second to first. 2 outs. Samuel does come in to score. The game is tied. Gross does go to third. But there are 2 outs. But he gets the double play as he called for it. But we got a tie game. Next batter will be Michael Jack Schmidt with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Pastore looking to pitch to Schmidt. Here it comes. And that is an in-play 0-3. Schmidt laces one right into the outfield. That's going to be a double for Schmidt. I don't have to draw the card because I already know that Gross will easily score from third. He comes in, and the Phillies take the lead 3-2. Michael Jack Schmidt gets that RBI double. Veteran Stadium cheers. Yay! Philip Reynolds section groans. Ugh. 3-2 is the score now as Schmidt puts the Phillies ahead. Here is Bo Diaz. That will make this inning Pastore's last inning. His fatigue will occur in the 6th. So this will be Pastore's last inning. They'll see if they can get him through it. Pitch to Diaz. That's an in-play 89. He will get out of it. Ground ball to short. Up with it. There is Concepcion. He'll throw to first and get the out. 2 runs for the Phillies on 4 hits. At the end of 5, the Phillies now lead it 3-2. We go to the top of the 6th. This is also Shane Rawley's fatigue inning. He is not fatigued. He's only given up 2 runs. He will pitch to Dave Parker. We may see a pinch hitter in for Rawley's due to bat third in the bottom of the 6th. So they're going to see if he can get through this inning. Rawley to Parker. Pitch on the way. Wheelhouse 61. And that is a leadoff double by Parker. Parker slaps that one off the left field wall. Parker heads to second. He's safe as he slides in there. Leadoff double for the Reds. First hit of the game for Parker, tying run aboard. And here's Tony Perez for Cincinnati. They will have Rawley pitch. It doesn't matter really who's on, what arm is on the mound. So Rawley will pitch to Perez with a runner on second. Rawley pitched Parker a wheelhouse. Parker got most of it, or at least half of it, to at least get the double. Here's the pitch to Perez. And that is a patient 98. That's going to be a fly ball to left. The ball is caught by Gross. That's out number one. Now on a patient, Parker has an opportunity to score, or not score, but move to third. His run rating is a 5. Left fielder is Gross. I'm sorry, Gross's arm is a 5. Which means a 5 or lower, he would be safe. A 6, he would be out. And I'm going to keep him at second base. I'm not going to take that chance. Parker will stay at second. Next batter will be Nick Asaski. Parker on at second. Asaski will bat now as Perez flew out. Asaski is 1 for 2. Rawley will check and deal with Asaski. There's the pitch. It's a patient 97. And that's going to be a fly ball to left again. And that is caught by Gross. That's out number 2. Same exact situation. I will not have Parker go to third. 2 outs. And here's Dave Concepcion. So Parker gets that leadoff double, but he can't move him over. 2 outs now. Concepcion is 1 for 2. Parker on second. Can Concepcion come through with a hit? Pitch from Rawley. In play, 87. It's a ground ball to short. Up with it is Thomas. Throws to first, and that ends the inning. A leadoff double does nothing. Goes by the board. 1 hit for the Reds, and that is it. Still 3-2 Phillies. Reds are going to go to the bullpen. I think they're going to go with a right-hander. And coming on to pitch for the Reds will be Ron Robinson. 7-7, 3.99 ERA. Long reliever. He can pitch innings 6, 7, and 8. So Ron Robinson will pitch to Darryl Thomas. Thomas will bat in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch from Robinson. That's a patient 0-0. We got a rare play. So let's see what we got on a rare play as I'm utilizing a new rare play chart. So we roll the red, the white, and the black. And that is a 4-7-7. So let's see what we have here. 4-7-7. And I'll show the chart. 4-7-7. Batter is safe at first on a throwing error by the pitcher. Batter may try to advance to second on challenging the catcher's arm rating. So it's a throwing error by the pitcher, and that puts Thomas on at first base. His run rating is a 6. Nicely's arm rating is a 4. I'm going to keep Thomas on at first. I'm not going to challenge it. And that pretty much means that in order for, I would have ran that like a fielder's, like on the coach's choice chart. So his run rating's a 6, but with an arm rating of 4 by nicely, a 4 or lower, he would have been safe. 5 or 6 would be a play at second base, and 7 or higher, he's out. Darryl Thomas will be happy with getting to first on the throwing error. So that's an error on Robinson, E1. First error on the Reds. Thomas will hold it first. The batter will be Rick Shue. I would have used it as a coach's choice chart. Robinson will pitch. And that is a ballpark 16. That is a wheelhouse for Shue. Wheelhouse 06. Pow! That one is gone. Gone, gone, gone. Goodbye. It is out of here. Rick Shue blasts a home run off of Ron Robinson. 2-run jack. 5-2 Phillies. Against a right-hander pitcher, 1-14, and that's an 06 on a wheelhouse, and Shue sends it out of here. Veteran Stadium cheers. Yay! Philip Reynolds section groans. Ugh. 5-2 Phillies. Ron Robinson comes in here, gives up a big error, and then gives up a home run to Shue. The next batter is Shane Rawley. He's the pitcher. He's going to come out. The Phils are going to go to the bullpen. So that'll be it for Rawley. And we'll see a pinch hitter against Robinson. It's not the ninth inning, so I have to go by most at bats against a righty. And that is going to be Ozzie Virgil. Virgil will come in to pinch hit against Ron Robinson. 5-2 Phillies. As Philip Reynolds says, not good. Pitch from Robinson. That's another ballpark 13. That is also in the wheelhouse for Virgil. And that one is, yes, it is high, it is deep, and it is gone. Ozzie Virgil pinch hit off home run back to back. It's now 6-2 Phillies. Ozzie Virgil hits a home run off of Robinson, 6-2. As Robinson pitched 2 grapefruits, and both Shue and Virgil turned them into fruit salad. 6-2. Here's Samuel, the next batter, and that's it for Robinson. He comes in and pitches, gets no outs, so I know his ERA skyrocketed. Coming on to pitch now for the Reds will be Tom Hume. 3-5, 3.26 ERA. Hume, a short reliever. But now 6-2 Phillies. And Tom Hume will pitch to Samuel. Here's the pitch. That's a tough 36, and he struck him out. Down goes Samuel. Second time Samuel struck out in the game, 1 man down. And that will bring up Greg Gross. Gross is 1 for 2. Pitch from Hume. That's a tough 16. And Gross fights that one off, smacks it into center field, base hit. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. My bad. That's a tough plus 10, 26. My bad. That's a pop out to second. My bad. He adds 10 to the tough rolls. That's a pop out. 2 outs, and now Von Hayes. Hayes is 3 for 3, 3 singles. MP Fox joins us here at Veteran Stadium. As he said, great show last night. Yes, it was. I thank you for joining me today. That is a ballpark 62. That's going to be in play. In play, 47 is a base hit for Hayes. He goes ahead and smacks a base hit. That one into center field. And Hayes is 4 for 4. He's got 4 singles today. Here's Glenn Wilson. Hayes on first. Now with a 4-run lead, I'll call off all bunts and hit and runs and all of that. 2 outs. Hume trying to get the Reds out of the inning. Here's the pitch. That's a tough 19, and that is a called strike 3 on Wilson, and the inning does come to an end. Three runs for the Phillies on 2 home runs. 3 runs, actually 3 runs on 3 hits and an error. 2 home runs, one by Shu and one by Virgil, a pinch hit home run by Virgil. And at the end of 6, it is 6-2, fighting Phils. Alan Nicely due to lead off for the Reds here in the top of the 7th. We'll probably see a pinch hitter for Hume as well, so he's going to come out the game. Phillies need a pitcher, though. Let's see what they got. You got a righty, got a switch. Let's see. Phillies are going to go with, Kent Tecovey. 4 wins, 10 losses, 2.99 ERA. Tecovey will come on and pitch. He'll go up against Alan Nicely to start the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Tecovey, that is a tough 88, and it's a ground ball to short. Up with it there is Thomas. Throws to first for out number 1. Next up is Ron Oster. He'll bat. Tecovey looking on. Tecovey was 38 years old in 85 and was still throwing pretty well. Here's the pitch to Oster. That's a patient 86. It's a fly ball center field. That's going to be caught by Hayes. Second out. And the pitchers due up. We'll see a pinch hitter for the Reds. Highest bats against a right-hander. So let's see what we have. And it's going to be Eddie Milner. 406 at-bats against rights. He's normally a starter, but he didn't get the start in this game. Eddie Milner will go up against Kent Tecovey with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And that's a defense check, 77. That's an error check to Tecovey. His error rating is a 5. A 1 to 36 is an error. That's a 77. Tecovey's got it. Tosses it underhand to first for the final out of the inning. And that's just a ground out. Nothing across for the Reds. We are at the 7th inning stretch. 6-2 Phillies. Sing your take me out to the ball game. I will be right back. Remember, we have Inside Pitch, 1985 one and gone championship game. The Reds will play the Mets. Tomorrow night on Payoff Pitch, the San Francisco Giants will meet up with the St. Louis Cardinals. Should be a pretty good matchup. And, of course, 10-minute ticker coming up after this game. Leading off for the Phillies in the bottom of the 7th will be Michael Jack Schmidt. Reds do need a pitcher. Probably bring in a right-hander. Let's see what they want to bring in. And they will go with... They're gonna go with John Stuper. 8-5, 4.55 ERA. He'll come on to pitch. Against Schmidt as we start the bottom of the 7th. Stuper with the pitch. That's a tough 49. It's going to be a ground ball right back to Stuper. He'll throw it back to first for out number 1. Comebacker. Here's Diaz. Diaz is 1 for 3. He doubled in the game. Pitch from Stuper. That's a tough as well, 63, and it's going to be a ground ball to second base. Oster's got it, throws to first for out number 2. And now Darryl Thomas. Thomas reached on an error his last time up. He bats 207, but he's going to stay in the game. The Phillies are leading by 4, so he'll stay in there. 2 outs, Stuper trying to get a 1-2-3. And that is a patient 48, and he's not going to get that. That's going to be a base hit for Thomas. He hits that into right. Thomas will hold it first on a single. .380 steal rating, but we're not doing any steals or anything like that. You got a 4-run lead. And here is Rick Shue. The veterans crowd gives him a nice cheer for the big 2-run home run his last time up. He is 2 for 3 tonight. Thomas on it first. Stuper looking in. Pitches to Shue. And that is an in-play 26. And Shue smacks that one. That is a base hit into center. That's a base hit to center field. Thomas with a run rating of 6 automatically makes third with 2 outs. Shue is on it first. And now the Phillies got something cooking. We'll see a pinch hitter for Takovi as the pitcher's spot is up. Need someone against right-handers, so let's see who they're going to bring in. And coming into bat with 163 at-bats against righties is going to be Tim Corcoran. Corcoran batted only .215 against rights, but I go by at-bats before the 9th inning. Stuper will pitch to Corcoran. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Pitch on the way. And that is an in-play 38, and Corcoran just missed it. A 37 would have been a hit, but a 38 is a ground ball right back to Stuper. He'll throw it over to first and get out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits for the Phils. They still lead 6-2 after 7. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Gary Redus is the leadoff batter for the Reds. Phillies need a pitcher. Let's see what they're going to bring in. Timeout, 1 minute. That's better. Phillies are going to bring in Charles Hudson, 8-13, 3.78 ERA. He started some games, but he did come in relief, so Charles Hudson will pitch to Gary Redus to start the 8th inning. 6-2 in favor of the Phils. Hudson's pitch. Patient 72, and that's a leadoff triple by Redus. Redus belts that right into the left field corner. It rolls around, and Redus is going to find himself on third base. A leadoff triple by Reedus. A patient 72. That's Reedus' first hit of the game, and that is a triple. The next batter is Cesar Cedeno with a runner on third. Phillies will call the infield normal. And here's the pitch from Hudson. And that's a ballpark 80. That's an in play. In play 26 for Cedeno is a base hit. Single for Cedeno. Reedus comes in to score easily. It's now 6-3. Big hit by Cedeno. And now we got a 6-3 ball game, and here's Dave Parker. And they're not going to waste time. They're going to take Hudson right out. Hudson comes in, gives up 2 quick hits, and the Phillies again will go to the bullpen. They're going to go with Larry Anderson, 3-3 with a 4.32 ERA. He'll pitch to Parker. There are still 2 right-handers ahead of him, so they're going to see if he can get through with Parker. Runner on first, 6-3 now. Pitch from Anderson, and that is a tough 17, and he gets him on a strikeout. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Anderson. That's the first out. Here comes Tony Perez. You've never played payoff pitch. You should. And if you've never played inside pitch, give that a crack as well. I love them both. Both games have their own pros and cons, but I love them both. Tony Perez will go up against Anderson now with 1 out. The Philly crowd getting a little bit anxious. Here's the pitch from Anderson. That's an in-play, 53, and Perez just misses that one. That's a ground ball to first. Perez's double play rating's a 5, Anderson 6. That's a 7. The 7 beats Cedeno, so the only throw to second against Cedeno, Perez is safe at first on the fielder's choice. And that's 2 outs. And here's Nick Asaski. Anderson looking in. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 44. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He gets Asaski. And that ends the inning. 1 run for the Reds on 2 hits. It's now a 6-3 ball game going into the bottom of the 8th. Leading off for the Phillies will be Juan Samuel. Stuper's going to come out for the Reds. Reds are going to go to the bullpen. And they're going to bring in Ted Power. 8-6, 2.70 ERA. He's the closer, but his job is simple. Keep it a 6-3 game to see if the Reds can do something in the 9th. Power will pitch to Samuel here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch on the way. That's a patient 0-2, and that is a leadoff walk. And Samuel trots down to first. Samuel, a steal rating of 6. That's a 5. 3-run lead. And the next batter is Gross. Samuel, steal rating's a C. Nicely as an arm of a 4. So his chances of getting to second base on a C4 is very good. Samuel's going to try to steal. 3-run leads, I'll usually think about it. Samuel will try to steal. He's got a 5. Now, Power has a hold rating of 4. The only way Samuel can go is if I draw a card and it's on the 2d6 roll, it's a 4 or under. It's a 5. He does not get to go. Power, though, does get to try to pick him off. It's an 88, and he throws the first. And his arm rating is a 4, and hold rating is a 4, and he is safe. Samuel does get back to first. So now we'll pitch to Gross. Now I can usually try a hit and run on a failed steal. Power's got 3 toughs. Gross doesn't strike out much. I'm going to call the hit and run for the Phillies. So hit and run is on. I don't get to do that often. Power will pitch. And that is a patient 0-1, and that is a walk. No, it's not. I'm sorry. I got to go to the different. It's a patient 0-1, and that's going to be a double. On a hit and run, that is a double for Gross, and I'll show you the chart. You resolve the play normally with following exceptions. Use the chart below if wheelhouse or patient, and that's an 0-1. That's a double. It's a 3-run double. The hit and run works beautifully. Samuel will score all the way from first. Gross goes to second. 7-3 Phillies. RBI double by Gross on a hit and run, and it worked well. Ted Power comes in here, tries to keep it 6-3, but it doesn't last. And here's Von Hayes. Hayes is 4 for 4, 4 singles. Nobody out still in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch from Power. And that is going to be an in-play 41. And guess what? Von Hayes just went 5 for 5. That is a single. It's a sharp liner into center field. The runner on second is Gross. Coming around third, he will score. An RBI single by Hayes. It is now 8-3 Phillies, as this game is definitely getting out of hand. Von Hayes, 5 for 5. All of them are base hits. And still no one out here in the bottom of the 8th. And Ted Power is done. He comes in and can't do anything. Next batter for the Phillies is Wilson. And we'll see a new pitcher for the Reds. And they will go with John Franco. He's a lefty, 12-3, 2.180 ERA, but right now, with a 5-run lead, they're just looking to get outs. Hayes on at first. Wilson the batter now, as the Red bullpen is just not cutting it tonight. Pitch from Franco. That's a patient 97. It's a fly ball to left field. That'll be caught by Cedeno. That's out number 1. And that will bring up the Michael Jack Schmidt. Hayes on it first. Franco will pitch. And that is a patient as well. Patient 73. Schmidt laces a base hit. That's a single. It's a line drive into center field. Hayes will hold at second. He will not go to third. Schmidt has his second hit of the game. He is now 2 for 4. And the next batter is Diaz. Fans here at Veterans Stadium are loving this tonight as the Phillies are pounding the Reds 8-3. Those eggs are responsible for the hits. I believe that. MP Fox. Pitch from Franco. That's a ballpark 50. Diaz hitting from the right side. That is a wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 74, way too hard. Got under it. Fly ball center field. That'll be caught by Reedus. That's out number 2. Oh, Wheelhouse 74, but that is way too high against the left-handed pitcher. And that just becomes a fly out. 2 down. Here's Darryl Thomas. Thomas is 1 for 3, singled and reached on an error. Runners at first and second. Franco's pitch. Tough. 52, and that's going to be a fly ball to right. Parker will put that away, and the inning is over. 2 runs for the Phillies on 3 hits and a walk. At the end of 8, Phillies in command, 8-3. But will we see some 9th inning magic? We go to the top of the 9th inning. Dave Concepcion is the batter. Larry Anderson, this would be his 2nd inning of work. Phillies are not going to be stupid. They're going to take Anderson out. And the Phillies are going to go to the pen. And they're going to go with the lefty, Don Carmen. 9-4, 2.08 ERA. He's got 7 saves. Don Carmen's mission, close the game out. Dave Concepcion will bat against Carmen to start the top of the 9th. Pitch from Carmen. That's a tough 97. It's a good start. It's a fly ball to left field. That'll be caught by Gross, out number 1. Next up is Alan Nicely, and we'll see a pinch hitter for Nicely. At least I think I can do a pinch hitter for him. Yes. Dan Billardello is going to take over at catcher. But we'll see a new pick. We'll see a batter against Carmen. And it's going to be Pete Rose. Rose bats .347 against lefties. As now in the 9th inning and later, I can now go by average, not by at-bats. Pete Rose will go up against Don Carmen with 1 out. Here's the pitch from Carmen, and that's a patient 18. It's a walk. Pete Rose draws the walk. Charlie Hustle goes to first. The next batter is Ron Oster. He will hit. He bats .277 against the lefties. 1 out. Rose not going anywhere. And Carmen will pitch. And that is a patient 36. And it's a base hit for Oster. That's a single. It's an opposite field liner. So Oster hitting from the right side. He hits this into right field. A ball hit to right field. Runner on first advances 1 base. Rose will hold at second. And now the Reds got something going on. What? Did you expect a 1-2-3 inning here on RJL 518? Come on. We'll see a pinch hitter for Franco as he's coming out. Reds are going to go to the bench. And it's going to be Tom Foley coming up for the Reds. Batted .333 against lefties. Don Carmen will stay out there. Tom Foley will take a swing. Runners at first and second. 1 out. Top of the 9th. Can the Reds make it interesting? Don Carmen trying to shut it down. Pitch on the way. That's a patient 52. Base hit. Tom Foley. It's a single. It's a long single into the gap in center field. Rose with a runner on first advances 1 base. Runner on second advances 1 base with a choice. Rose has a 5-run rating. That's a 9. Rose is going to hold at third. And the bases are loaded. And the batter is Gary Reedus, and he will bat. Fans here at Veterans Stadium can't believe this. Bases loaded. The tying run is now on deck. Carmen, they're going to go talk to him for a moment. And this is going to be his game to lose. With a 2.08 ERA, he's got to be able to get this game done. 1 out. Bases loaded. Philly's going to play for the double play. No infield in. Here's the pitch from Carmen. And that's a tough 48. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Carmen. Double play rating for Reedus is a 4. Carmen's a 7. That's an 8. The throw is going to go. That's an 8. The throw goes to second to get Foley. They will not get Reedus. It's going to be 2 outs. But Rose will score. Rose comes in to score. Oster to third. Foley is out at second. Reedus gets to first. It's a fielder's choice, but it's now 8-4. And now, the batter is now Cesar Cedeno. Timeout on the field. Cesar Cedeno. Runners at first and third and 2 outs. Now an 8-4 ball game. Dave Parker is due to bat next. Carmen has allowed already 1 run. He allows another run. He's fatigued. Phillies trying to see if Carmen can close the game out. 2 outs. Fans on their feet. Cedeno's 1 for 4. Here's the pitch from Carmen. And that is a ballpark 0-0. We got a rare play. Runners at first and third. And let's see what rare play we choose. And that is on pages 2 to 5. We have a rare play. Let's see if this ends the game. And that is a 2-5-2. .252. Line out to the pitcher. With less than 2 outs, the lead runner is doubled up. But that's going to do it. And it's a line drive. It right back to Carmen. And he snags it right there. Puts it in his glove. That's the game. Phillies beat the Reds 8-4. Line out right back to Carmen, who makes the snare. 1 run for the Reds on 2 hits. But that will do it. Final line score coming up. Don't go away. We got 10-minute ticker on the way as well. For the Phillies, 8 runs, 16 hits, and 1 error. For the Reds, 4 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. Rawley does get the win. Pastore picks up the loss. And Don Carmen actually had to get a save in order to do that because the tying run did get on deck. 8-4 win for the Phillies. Timeout as we prepare for a 10-minute ticker. For those of you who don't know what the 10-minute ticker is, the 10-minute ticker is we use the fact cards and the quick results charts from Inside Pitch, from Payoff Pitch, that are available on the Payoff Pitch website to see how the rest of the teams do. CP Cards and Dice TV joins me here at Veterans Stadium, although the game is already over, so he'll join us for 10-minute ticker. Since Philadelphia beats Cincinnati 8-4, let's see how the rest of the league goes for July 7. Boston at California. That's a 9. It's a win for the Angels, 2-0. Chicago White Sox, Cleveland. That's an 8. A win for the Indians. They win that game 4-3. Baltimore at Kansas City. That's an 8. That's a win for the Royals, 6-2. Royals got some serious catching up to do. Minnesota against the Yankees. That's a 4. The Twins get that win, 4-0. Toronto at Oakland. That's an 8. The Athletics continue to play well, 7-0. No. The one and done series is the morning. The Mets will play the Reds at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, around that time. Milwaukee playing Texas. That's a 7. That's a win for, Milwaukee playing Seattle. That's a 9-6 win for the Mariners. Detroit taking on Texas. That's a 6. Tigers get the win, 5-0. New York Mets at Atlanta. That's an 8. The Mets get a win, 3-2. San Francisco at Chicago Cubs. That's a win for the Giants, 3-1 over the Cubs. Montreal at Houston. I know Steeler fan wants to see his Astros win. That's a 2, and the Expos get the win, 8-1. And I'm pretty sure Steeler fan will say rigged. San Diego at Pittsburgh. That's a 6. A win for the Padres, 9-5. Los Angeles at St. Louis. That's a 7. It's a win for the Cardinals, 5-4. The Mets play Atlanta again. This was game 2 of a doubleheader. That was a doubleheader. So they play the Braves again on a doubleheader. They win that game also 7-3. The Mets take both games of a doubleheader. Minnesota had a doubleheader against the Yankees as well. And the Twins take both of them 12-7 the second game. And that is July 7th. July 8th coming up next. As I play 2 days in a row. Here's July 8th. Minnesota taking on Baltimore. That's a 5. A win for the Twins, 8-0. Milwaukee at California. And that's a 10. A win for the Angels, 8-6. Texas at Cleveland. 5. A win for the Rangers, 9-8. Chicago White Sox at Detroit. That's a 7. A win for the Tigers, 5-2. Kansas City at the Yankees. That's an 8. That's a win for the Yankees, 5-0. Boston taking on Oakland. That's a 5. A win for the Red Sox, 9-0. Toronto at Seattle. That's a 10. Mariners get the win, 7-5. Montreal at Atlanta. That's a 9. The Braves get a win over the Expos, 6-3. The Expos have the best record in the season. San Diego taking on the Cubs. That's a 4. A win for the Padres, 3-1. New York Mets taking on Cincinnati. It's a 2. It's a win for the Mets, 7-3. And they'll play the Reds as well in inside pitch tomorrow morning, but that's for the one and gone tournament. Philadelphia and Houston. That's a 3. Phillies beat the Astros 8-3. As I know, Steeler fan will say rigged. Los Angeles at Pittsburgh. That's a 4. Dodgers get the win, 4-0. San Francisco taking on St. Louis. That's a 6. Cardinals win it, 4-1. And that will do it for tonight's 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll have the San Francisco Giants taking on the St. Louis Cardinals in payoff pitch. Steeler fan 1933, Cards and Dice TV, MP Fox, Philip Reynolds. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Had a lot of fun today, and we'll see you tomorrow for some exciting action. Don't miss it. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Phillies over the Mets tonight, 8-4. Take care, everyone. Have a good night.